Hey there, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Movie Monday with Jody, Brechbill, Stampin' Queen. We are going to dive right into some stamping today because I wanted to share the cards that I made at my Just Cards class this month. So finally, for how many months? We have not been together since March. And I opened my studio very slowly, very carefully. I just had a few ladies come in and stamp with me, but it was so wonderful to have people and energy and voices and laughter back in my studio. So I thought I would go ahead and show you what we created when we were stamping together last week. So the first card we're going to do is using Tasteful Touches. That is on page 124 of the annual catalog. And I wanted to share because, where's the dies? Oh, they're not on here. The dies are on page 179. There's a fantastic set of dies that coordinate with this stamp set, but it is not technically one that matches every image. It really is a label set. So I wanted to make sure you guys check that out because that's a fantastic standalone die set by itself, that it creates these gorgeous labels so you don't have to have the stamp set to go with it. You're not going to have any images that you can't cut out. They're all labels, but it does go, excuse me, with the Tasteful Touches stamp set, which means it's bundled together and you can get it for 10% off. So this is the stamp set that you're going to use, and all of these images actually work with the tasteful labels. So it's showing this one and this one, but these guys work as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with that one. I am going to take a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. When I am doing a base layer of vanilla or white, I love our Whisper White thick or vanilla thick because it just makes a nice solid card base. So when you're using this, you do definitely want to put a score in there, or else it's going to break the fibers when you try and fold it. So I have it pre-scored. Just going to do my bone folder across there, make it nice and crisp. I have some soft suede ink, so I'm going to stamp my flower in soft suede on a piece of petal pink. And then we're going to have to hand cut that out because, like I said, the dies don't coordinate, which is fine. We can do some hand cutting. It doesn't hurt us every now and then, right? So now I'm going to do my sentiment in basic gray, and any sentiment would work. I just chose this one. We're going to do this down in the bottom left corner. And one thing I'm noticing is I don't have my stamp cleaner, but that's okay. I don't think I need to have it here with me today. Pear Pizzazz is the green that I'm going to use for the little stems. And I'm going to do these kind of offset, like I want one to kind of come down one way, and then I'm going to turn my cardstock and have it go up the other way. This is a very, very quick and simple card. I want to kind of scoot some things out of the way here because I have 3 projects we're going to make today, and I don't want to get piles of stuff here on my table. So now I'm going to use our brand new Stampin' Seal. So we're going to go ahead and attach that. I am in love with this adhesive. It has a nice stick-to-itiveness. We were missing that before. So I'm going to just layer that on here, and I'm pretty sure I didn't write down my dimensions, but I do believe that my white piece is 5 by 3 3/4, and then I just made the Pear Pizzazz 1/8 of an inch bigger. That piece is going to go ahead and be mounted onto my card base. And then we're just going to fussy cut our little flower out here. And I'm just going to pull in my paper snips, which I cannot live without. There's a few things in my arsenal that like I have to have with me at all times. And these guys are definitely top of the list. Our snips are amazing. Actually, this is my little go box. So I've made this before. There is actually a YouTube video I have on this one, but I've got there's tear and tape in there. My dimensionals are in there. There's some glue dots. Of course, I've got my handy dandy Pampered Chef scraper. So if you ever get something glued down and that you need it to come off, you can actually use this little scraper and kind of weasel it underneath there and pop some layers off. So I've got that just in case I'm ready. My bone folder goes in there. My adhesive goes in there. And then of course I've got my trusty green glue. So this is my go box, right? This is just when I need something, it's right here and it's on my table ready to go. So you can actually find that video on my YouTube channel. I'm not sure when we made it. It's been a long time. I think it's called like a desk caddy or adhesive desk caddy, something like that. So check that out and make yourself one of those because it is just so handy dandy to have right there when you need it. Okay, I believe this is the only cutting I'm going to be doing for you guys today. So hopefully things will roll on a little bit better here so you don't have to watch me cutting paper. It's riveting, Brechbill, riveting. All right, so I'm going to always pull in my dimensionals or my pop dots and just put 2 little pop dots on top of my stems, and there you go. Just a quick, beautiful, fast card. So that is the point of my Just Cards class, is that it should be quick and cute cards. Those are ones, so this is if I have a beginner class coming, perfect for them, but I have stampers that have been with me for 18 years that are coming to my class for Just Cards because we make 2 of every card, and so it just gives you a nice stash of cards so that you can actually take them home, sign them, and send them, because that's the point, right, friends? The point is we want to make these beautiful cards and we want to bless our friends with them. So that's one card. Oh, the other thing I have in my Go arsenal is my take your pick tool. These are the things I can't live without. So they sit right on my desk, always ready to help me out in a pinch. All right, let's see what we're going to do for our next card. And we are going to use, we are going to use the Prized Peony Suite. Peony, depends where you live, I think. But we're just going to use it very, very simplistic. Like I said, Just Cards is very quick and cute cards. And this one I'm smitten with. I'm absolutely loving this. The paper is gorgeous, and this is an entire suite, so that one-stop shop gets you every single thing. So you get the dies, the stamp set, the vellum doilies, the little gems, the ribbon. There's an embossing folder that goes with it. Fantastic suite. I love it. But we're just going to focus on keeping it very, very simplistic. And I always have requests for sympathy cards. My friends are always telling me they need sympathy cards, and so this is the sympathy card that we are going to use today. And I'm just now thinking I'm probably going to have to do some die cutting, so I might have to grab my Big Shot and bring him in. So I took a piece of Very Vanilla, and we're going to fold this one in half. So this is a case from my friend Dory. I believe she did this one in her card buffet, and I saw it and was like, oh, sympathy cards are hard ones to make, right? Sometimes we just don't feel like it. So I always say, if you're making sympathy cards, like make 10 of them so you have a little bit of a stockpile to go to when you need them, because sometimes your heart is just not feeling like you want to do something crafty. So I took a piece of Very Vanilla as well and ran it through that embossing folder. I did that ahead of time. I'm going to attach that to a piece of Basic Black. And you're going to see my thrifty tendencies here. I needed a circle punch in black as well, and instead of cutting more paper, I just punched it right out of there because I will need that, and this piece is going to get covered up. No one is ever going to know that you punched that hole right out of there. So sometimes I will die cut things through the middle, sometimes I will punch holes through the middle. If it's going to get hidden, I'm going to utilize that wasted space, right? So that saved me a little bit of extra time having to cut more paper just to punch a hole in it. So that's going to get mounted on here. And Basic Black is going to be 4 1/4 by 5. And then I went down another quarter for the vanilla piece that I embossed, and that's 5 by 3 3/4. So now I'm going to pull in a piece of Very Vanilla, and I chose our basic black ink. This is retired. It's been gone for a while, but I still like it, guys. And sometimes if there's things that I still like, I'm gonna keep on using them. Now, if you at home, you may have Memento black, that's fine. You might have Stays On black, that's fine. Whatever you got at home, that works. So while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and ink up my peony, and I'm sorry, we're going to rock the table a little bit. And I just want to make sure, because this is a big stamp, I like to have it face up and push my ink pad down to it, because then I know that I'm getting all those little nooks and crannies good and inky. And this one is one of those distinctively detailed, so it's got like the shading in it, and it's really important to make sure you have it nice and inked so you get that almost realistic look to it. Okay, so now you'll notice that I did that on a piece of white. So I kind of wanted it to pop a little bit more than just being tone on tone on tone. So I did that on a piece of white. So now I'm gonna have to grab Mr. Big here, and we're gonna do some die cutting. I cannot wait. Is this gonna work? Nope. Let me spin them a little bit. I can't wait till we get our little mini die cutter, you guys. They say by the end of the year, they're hoping by Christmas time we have our mini. If you guys have been following along, the standard stamp and emboss, cut, die, cut, emboss machine. I forget what his real name is. I'm gonna have to give him a nickname. Like I call the big shot Mr. Big. I don't know if you guys, any of you guys out there were Sex and the City fans with Carrie Bradshaw. Yeah, this is Mr. Big. But our new machine is coming. Demonstrators actually get to order it early. So if you are a demo, you are going to get to order it August 4th. If you're a customer, you're going to get to order at the beginning of September. So yes, the new is Stampin, Cut, and Emboss machine. That's his name. And it folds up. Like, it's not long, and yeah, it folds up. So I'm really excited. And then of course I can't wait to get the baby, because I think that's just gonna be great for those of us who do die cutting on screen, because it's not gonna take up so much space. So super excited about that. I normally don't do die cutting on screen, but sometimes it's good to show you how things work. So here's our beautiful peony. And then of course I did the circle at the exact same time, so one pass through. The other thing I'll show you real quick is these little magnet bowls. Love these. I have 4 of these that stay on my tables. So as soon as the die cuts are done, they go right in that magnet bowl, because I have dumpster dove too many times finding lost dies. And so I love having these. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to attach our sentiment there, our little sympathy saying, onto our circle. And that was using the stitched shape dies. Now I'm going to pull in and just do some dimensionals on my peony, however you want to say it. And I think let's use some little guys down here just for some stability. There we go. One more for good luck. And I love peonies. We had these at our old house across the street, and you know, they're just such vibrant, beautiful colors. They would just be this beautiful pop of pink. And here I turn around and I do them in like a muted gray, black, right? But the nice thing about this is, even though it's very, very subtle, if you chose to add a pop of color to it, you totally could. You could color in the buds and the leaves and still add color if you don't like the black and white or the tone on tone. But I thought for sympathy, sometimes that muted is, you know, it's just what you need. And it just shows the detailing of this flower so much. So I'm just gonna put "So Sorry for Your Loss" there. And then I pulled in some pearls just for the fancy part of it. So let's get out our little picker here. Well, let's see if the gum will work here. It may. And so, yep, perfect. So I'm just gonna put a couple little pearls here. There we go. And let's do one just right there. All right, so there you go. There's a beautiful sympathy card for you. A lot of times you guys ask me during my videos where I got this cool case. This is from my friend Tamara Davis. She has an Etsy store and she does all kinds of cool things. Like so she does the etching of the bone folders. She made me this cool case with my stamp team name on it. But yeah, check her out on Etsy. Ta-da Moments, I believe is what it's called. If you can't find it, hit me up for sure. She's amazing. All right, so let's scoot some things out of the way here. Need a little more room. And we are going to do our final card. And we're going to use Celebrate Sunflowers. Love this bundle right here. Just so fun. And again, what I have done is used black. I've used just dark tones on these cards, which is fun sometimes to do something different where, you know, you think of sunflowers as bright and yellow and cheery and smiley. And I chose to stamp them in black. So just changes things, makes things look a little bit different. So I took a piece of crumb cake and I have that, this is my inside here. I'll stamp that later. But I always like to put a lighter inside in there so when I'm signing it, they can read it. It doesn't get lost in the color of the cardstock. So I'm gonna go ahead, I pulled in black again, basic black, it's just what I chose, but you know, use what you have at home. And I'm gonna stamp the sentiment, "Know that you are loved." So I'm gonna stamp that here. And this little gem is from the Tasteful Touches label dies that I showed you earlier. Okay, let's stamp our sunflower. Now I have both of them, they're big. And do I have a piece of scrap paper? Because I don't want to stamp on my table. Let me see here. Sure do. All right, so let's pull in that piece of crumb cake. It's a little bit smaller. So again, I think of this as like a 5 by 3 3/4. This is my thought here. So what has happened is I record directly. Oh, shoot. I'm not recording to YouTube. Oy, oy, oy. That's what I had started to do because I was having so many issues. All right. Again, because I've got that real big stamp and it's real detailed, I want to make sure that I stamp it a little bit differently. So I have my stamp face up, and then I can kind of push where I know those details are, like right in the center of that big sunflower. Okay, beautiful. So now I'm going to take a piece of the Tasteful Touches DSP. This is a great paper pack, and I knew I have to roll that up just a little bit. It caught, yep, it got caught adhesive right there. Now we're good. Now we can roll. And this is In Good Taste. Did I say that already? And it kind of coordinates with the Tasteful Touches. So I'm going to attach that here. Then I'm going to put this on a layer of our new Bumblebee in color cardstock. And I have some bumblebee gingham ribbon, which is just too stinking cute. So I'm just going to cover up the seam, just wrap that around, and I just tack it in the back because no one needs to see ribbon. I don't want to waste it, so I just tack it down, and then I like to put another little bit of adhesive just so it doesn't decide to pop off on me. A little in the middle, little in the middle. Makes me want to sing Baby Got Back, but I will not. I would not do that to you. Not to you guys, my Stampin' friends. Okay, so now I did a die cut ahead of time. This is in our new Just Jade in color. That's from the Sunflowers. And I'm just going to tack this right behind, and I'm going to use my dimensional to hold that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some more pop dots on there to put onto my card. And just attach that right here. And then we'll just slide a little piece of the ribbon underneath and do just a little knot there. I got adhesive somewhere. Oh, it's on my scrap paper. Whew! Thought it was on the front of my card. That's okay. Scrap paper, that's what you're for. So now I can just do a little trimmy trim there. So there we go. So we had 3 beautiful cards. So quick and so simple, but a great addition to your stash that you might need. So now one thing I'm going to tell you real quick is that our holiday or our new August through December mini catalog is available. It's not live, but it is available. I have them here, so if you have a demonstrator, you can ask them if you haven't received one yet, or if you are looking for a demonstrator, message me and I will make sure that you get a brand new copy of our August through December mini catalog. This one is full of our holiday selection, so it's got your Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas in there, and we're getting them a month ahead of what we normally would. This goes live in August, and normally it would have been in September. So we have a whole another month that we can relax and work on some holiday projects. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week, and come back and visit me next Movie Monday.